WWE announces a transfer window for Raw, SmackDown, and NXT superstars as Raw is set to head to Netflix next year with several stars expected to switch brands. DIY turn heel and win the WWE Tag Team Championships from the Motor City Machine Guns last night on SmackDown. WWE announces several injuries coming out of the WarGames match last weekend at Survivor Series, including Big Bronson Reed undergoing surgery, Jimmy Uso out of action indefinitely, and Tonga Loa suffering a torn bicep. He has undergone surgery. He will also be out of action indefinitely. Matt Cardona appears on AEW Rampage and is attacked by Ring of Honor World Champion Chris Jericho. Kevin Owens says he will deal with Sami Zayn after teaming up with Roman Reigns. Jesse Ventura is in attendance last night on SmackDown ahead of his return to the booth for Saturday night's main event next weekend. We've got the latest results from the Continental Classic on AEW Rampage. Tiffany Stratton advances in the Women's United States Championship Tournament, and WWE announces a new competition show featuring the likes of The Undertaker, Booker T, Mickie James, Bully Ray, and more. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's begin with the WWE transfer window. Yes, I do a lot of football content over on United View, but now it looks like transfers aren't just in the world of football, it's also in professional wrestling. On last night's SmackDown, an upcoming shake-up ahead of Raw switching to Netflix on January 6th was confirmed, with an in-ring segment from Cody Rhodes interrupted by Raw's Chad Gable and the rest of American-made Brutus, Julius Creed, and Ivy Now. Gable said the transfer window is about to open and that he talked with SmackDown general manager Nick Aldis about a potential move to the Blue brand. Now, after the segment, Michael Cole would go on to confirm that in the lead-up to Raw transitioning to Netflix on January 6, 2025, there will be a, quote, transfer window, end quote, in which brand switches will take place. Cole stated that the general managers for SmackDown, Raw, and NXT will all be conferring to make the moves, so all three brands will be affected. After the continuous opening segment, Chad Gable and Cody Rhodes are set to have a match later on in the show, so it looks like this cross-brand matchup has already begun, and this cross-brand crossover has already begun. But what are your thoughts? Who do you think ends up where? Let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section below. Now, we did see title changes last night on SmackDown. New WWE Tag Team Champions were crowned during SmackDown as DIY upset the Motor City Machine Guns to begin their second reign. The team of Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa held the titles for 28 days previously after defeating A-Town Down Under on July 5th and losing them to Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa on August 2nd. They lost against the Motor City Machine Guns in October to miss out on number one contendership, and further watching on as they won the titles from Tonga and Loa moments later. And this match was very much treated as a fork in the road for DIY and their tumultuous tandem after weeks of frustration. However, Gargano and Ciampa would be revealed to have conceived a plan to undercut the champions in the bout itself, with the Motor City Machine Guns isolating Ciampa in the bout and looking for course of retention. Gargano tagged himself into the ire of his partner. The pair proceeded to argue with one another in the ring, with Ciampa shoving Gargano and then having it reciprocated to send him to the floor. Gargano yelled at Ciampa to get out the ring so he could handle this himself, while Ciampa screamed back that DIY was finished. As Gargano continued to wrestle Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley apparently solo, Ciampa grabbed a steel chair from ringside, yelling towards commentary that Gargano was useless before trying to enter the ring. With the referee preventing him from entering, Gargano landed a low blow to Sabin, laughing with Ciampa in the corner before tagging him in to hit meet in the middle and win the tag titles and turn heel in the process. Now, we've got a lot of injuries coming out of WarGames last weekend. The men's WarGames match at Survivor Series this past Saturday has claimed another victim, this one a member of Solo Sikoa's new bloodline. While it was previously reported that Big Bronson Reed suffered a serious ankle injury, which was confirmed in the opening of SmackDown, and Jimmy Uso broke a toe during the match, the SmackDown broadcast Friday night revealed that former WWE Tag Team Champion Tonga Loa suffered a torn bicep and is out of action indefinitely. WWE showed a scan of Loa's bicep as well as an image of the new Bloodline member in a sling, which you can see on the screen there, and it was revealed he underwent surgery. There was no mention of a timetable for the former Tag Team Champion's return, nor were the timetables for Uso and Reed mentioned. Jacob Fatu also suffered an injury scare during the match, but seems to have come out okay. Loa, alongside Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Jacob Fatu, and Reed, were defeated in the main event of Survivor Series WarGames by the original Bloodlines Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, and also CM Punk. Now, switching over to AEW, Matt Cardona was on AEW Rampage last night, and he aims to prove himself right at Final Battle. On December 6th episode of AEW Rampage, Ring of Honor World Champion Chris Jericho got in the ring and called himself the King of New York. He recapped Matt Cardona answering his challenge on the December 5th episode of Ring of Honor on Honor Club. He said that Cardona was lucky he didn't punch him. Jericho called Cardona out, and he responded. Cardona said he was always ready, and he had been busting his ass for this opportunity. He told Jericho he would prove himself right by beating him. Jericho responded by saying that Cardona was a bigger star than he had been years ago, but he was still just Zack. Jericho slapped Cardona, and Cardona took him down. Brian Keith attacked Cardona from behind, and Cardona tried to fight him out. Jericho and Keith overwhelmed Cardona, and Jericho whipped him with the Ring of Honor World Championship. Keith then hit Cardona with a belt buckle. Cardona's appearance on AEW Rampage marked his first time on AEW programming since he faced Adam Copeland on the March 30th episode of AEW Collision. Ring of Honor, of course, has confirmed that Matt Cardona will challenge Chris Jericho for the Ring of Honor World Championship at the Final Battle pay-per-view. In addition to that, they've also announced future appearances for Matt Cardona. The broadcast team following the segment last night proceeded to announce that Cardona would appear on the December 13th episode of AEW Rampage, which will be the Winter is Coming special. Now, Kevin Owens, of course, he's set to challenge for the undisputed WWE Championship, but he's also blown off some steam. He blew off some steam last night in his car while talking to Michael Cole on SmackDown. Kevin Owens was supposed to be interviewed by Michael Cole on the December 6th episode of Friday Night SmackDown, but declared he wanted Cole to come out to his car and do the interview instead. When Cole obliged, Owens spoke openly about being frustrated with Cody's desire to team with Roman Reigns once again. Michael Cole tried to counter by saying that Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso and Sami Zayn all did the same thing. Owens said he didn't care what Jimmy and Jey Uso decided to do, but declared he would deal with Sami Zayn when the time was right. For now, though, he's completely focused on Cody Rhodes. When Michael Cole said Kevin was the problem, Kevin kicked him out of his car. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, of course, defeated Jimmy and Jey Uso in the main event of WrestleMania 39 Night 1. Owens hasn't publicly addressed Sami since he made the decision to resume teaming with the original Bloodline. Kevin Owens then brawled with Cody Rhodes at the end of the show after Cody Rhodes defeated Chad Gable in the aforementioned main event. Of course, they're set to face off for the undisputed WWE Championship at Saturday night's main event, which will also feature the return of Jesse the Body Ventura. Jesse Ventura was also in the house, though, for Friday's edition of SmackDown. The event was held at the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Ventura, of course, was the 30th governor of the state. Ventura was shown sitting ringside during the broadcast with his son. Of course, it was announced on Friday morning that Ventura would return to the commentary booth for WWE Saturday night's main event on December 14th. He released a statement on social media that said, quote, "It's an honor to be back. Thank you, Triple H, for making the impossible possible. Looking forward to entertaining all my old wrestling fans and making brand new ones." Of course, Ventura was a staple of Saturday night's main event in the 1980s, doing commentary alongside the likes of Vince McMahon and others. Now, the Continental Classic continued last night on AEW Rampage. Friday's show featured 3 tournament matches. First, in Blue League action, AEW Continental Champion Kazuchika Okada defeated Mark Briscoe via pinfall with the Rainmaker. Briscoe delivered a valiant effort as he nearly got the victory with the Froggy Bow, but Okada ultimately emerged victorious. The victory marked Okada's first win in the tournament. He fought Daniel Garcia to a time limit draw on the November 30 episode of AEW Collision. Speaking of Garcia, he was also in action last night. He picked up his first win in the tournament on the December 6 episode of Rampage. The TNT champion scored the victory in a hard-fought match against the Beast Mortos, and he caught the powerhouse with a pin attempt and stacked him up to clinch the 3 count. Finally, after beginning his tournament with a loss against Claudio Castagnoli, Ricochet scored his first victory by defeating Commander, who of course replaced Juice Robinson. The 2 high flyers went back and forth in a thrilling match where they showcased their athleticism. In the end, Ricochet scored the victory with a running elbow. Of course, several more Continental Classic matches are coming, with the semi-finals and finals set to take place at the World's End pay-per-view. Tiffany Stratton has advanced in the Women's United States Championship Tournament. The semi-finals of the Women's United States Championship Tournament have officially been set as of Friday's episode of SmackDown. Clad in Vikings-inspired gear, Tiffany Stratton took the victory in a thrilling match, much to the excitement of her home state of Minnesota, after some key interference from Candice LeRae neutralized Naomi in their triple threat, which also involved Elektra Lopez. Stratton, Naomi, and Lopez opened up the Minneapolis-based episode of SmackDown with an impressive show from Lopez, as Naomi and Stratton Stratton lunged at each other, feelings obviously rather sore from their recent WarGames collision, Lopez took advantage of the chaos to dominate the initial goings of the match. Things eventually evened out in the triple threat, with all women going for a series of roll-up pin combos before Lopez nearly ended the fight with a modified Blue Thunder bomb onto Naomi. Stratton broke the hold, but a rear view from Naomi sent Miss Money in the Bank rolling out of the ring. Naomi nearly had the match won when she set up Lopez for a split-legged moonsault, but a certain Poison Pixie attempted to level the top rope bound Naomi with the right hand. Naomi countered LeRae's distraction and eventually landed her finisher, but a swanton bomb from an opportunistic Stratton took Naomi out of the fight. Minneapolis roared as Stratton landed a clean, prettiest moonsault ever onto Lopez for the victory. Shortly after the match, Naomi expressed her frustration at the loss, claiming that both Stratton and LeRae were on her neck. With her victory, Stratton enters the Women's United States Championship Tournament semi-finals. She is slated to take on Michin in one-on-one action on the upcoming December 13th episode of SmackDown, with the victor of that match destined for the tournament finals at Saturday night's main event, which of course happened the following day. And finally, WWE has announced a brand new competition/reality show that's going to be on A&E. The series, titled WWE LFG, not what you think it is, Legends and Future Greats, is set to premiere on A&E in early 2025 and will feature Triple H, Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, Booker T, Bubba Ray Dudley, and a returning Mickie James as they mentor the next generation of WWE stars as they compete for a contract with the company. A press release revealed full details regarding the upcoming reality series, as well as another WWE and A&E series titled WWE's Greatest Moments, a show that sees Michael Cole relive some of WWE's most iconic events. Per WWE, quotes, A&E and WWE to debut new in-ring competition series, WWE LFG, in early 2025. WWE LFG features WWE legends Paul Triple H Levesque, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, and Booker T. Additional programming slate includes inaugural season of WWE Greatest Moments, a new season of WWE Rivals. A&E and WWE today announced an expansion of its programming partnership, which will include the debut of WWE LFG, a new competition series that features in-ring matches along with a behind-the-scenes look at rising talent vying for a coveted WWE contract while being mentored by WWE legends such as Paul Triple H Levesque, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, and Booker T. Additionally, WWE and A&E will launch WWE's Greatest Moments, a series that will provide fans a front row seat to relive the iconic events that have shaped WWE history. A new season of the hit series WWE Rivals will also complement this winter's WWE programming slate on A&E, which will add more than 180 hours of original content over the next 3 years. Quote, literally filled with blood, sweat, and tears, there's never been a series that combines in-ring action, behind-the-scenes reality, high-stakes drama, and some of WWE's greatest icons all in one package. From total unknowns to legends, LFG will give viewers a raw, ground-up 360-degree view of what it truly takes to make it in WWE, said Rob Shernow, president of programming A&E Networks. Our collaboration with WWE has clearly struck a chord with audiences, and we're excited to continue producing premium content that resonates with a diverse viewership, end quote. Quote, A&E has proved to be an excellent home for WWE content, and we're excited to partner with their fantastic team on these new show concepts and the latest season of WWE Rivals, said WWE Chief Content Officer Paul Triple H Levesque. WWE LFG will offer viewers an inside look at the rigorous training process featuring iconic WWE legends such as Paul Triple H Levesque and Shawn Michaels, and weekly regular coaches Undertaker, Booker T, Mickie James, and Bubba Ray Dudley as they mentor a new generation in weekly matches on their quest to become the next WWE superstars. Executive producers for WWE are Paul Triple H Levesque, Lee Fitting, Ben Hauser, Shawn Michaels, and Jeremy Borash. Elaine Fontaine Bryant and Brad Amrison will serve as executive producers for A&E. WWE Greatest Moments will feature legendary play-by-play announcer Michael Cole, hosting half-hour episodes with various WWE superstars and legends, including Stone Cold Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, Kevin Owens, and others, to share vivid recollections and perspectives on the most remarkable moments in wrestling history. WWE Rivals will return with an all-new season this winter, celebrating some of the most iconic and beloved rivalries from WWE, including a never-before-seen look at Hulk Hogan vs. Ultimate Warrior and Roman Reigns vs. Seth Rollins. Executive producers for WWE are Paul Triple H Levesque, Lee Fitting, Ben Hauser, and Mark Pomarico. Elaine Fontaine Bryant, Brad Ambrose, and Jonathan Partridge serve as executive producers of WWE Greatest Moments and WWE Rivals for A&E. WWE-themed series and specials to air exclusively on A&E platforms and to be distributed worldwide by A&E Networks. All 3 series are produced for A&E by WWE. But there you go, guys. The latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash the like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon. Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right-hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.